Good evening. Welcome to another. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Much better. Welcome to another edition of Microshock.com. We've been away for a while. We've been busy doing the conventions this summer. I ended up moving to a new place. Had to get a new computer. All sorts of technical problems with that. But we're finally back, and in this edition, we're doing a tribute to Friday the 13th. There's a new movie coming out this summer, which is going to be the 13th installment of the series. It's coming out, and so we decided to do this little tribute, kind of like the written tribute to Nightmare on Elm Street that's currently on the website right now. So I'm going to start this tribute off by pointing out my favorite death scenes in each Friday the 13th movie. So there is the original Friday the 13th, a classic in its own right. My favorite scene is the axe in the head scene. Not a lot of gory deaths in that film, but that one was probably the best one, done by the ever-talented Tom Savini. Part 2, who could just be the best death in that one, was the guy in the wheelchair getting the axe in the face and rolling down the hill. That's priceless. Part 3, the 3D Friday the 13th movie. I have to say that in that one, there's not a lot of good special effects. They went too far with the whole trying to jump stuff out of the camera. So I have to say probably the eyeball scene where Jason crushes the guy's head and the eyeball pops out, even though you can see the stick that it's wiggling on. Part 4, the supposed final chapter, which is a bit of a laugh. My favorite death scene has to be, it's Crispin Glover. I mean, it's not just the fact that he gets the corkscrew in his hand. I mean, his performance is fucking hilarious in that movie. And he kind of gets what's coming to him, considering the fact he does that stupid dance. Part 5, which is one of my favorite films, if you haven't already noticed. Not a lot of people like it, but I think it's one of the better films of the series. I'll just say that the scene where the guy gets his head chopped off while he's driving around the motorcycle screaming his full head off, that's priceless and classy. Part 6, Jason Lives. That's another classic one where they bring Jason back as a zombie. I have to say that the best death in that movie is probably, I'm going to have to say it's a tie. It's a tie between Jason punching his fist through that guy and when he breaks the sheriff in half. It's a tough choice, and I'm going to have to pick 2 for that one. Number 7, when they started running out of ideas, having Jason fighting the telepathic chick. I have to say that, well, it is the one that first has Kane Hodder, who is a very nice guy. I met him. So the best death in that movie, you can't argue with it. It's the fucking sleeping bag against the tree. That is absolutely beautiful. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, or as I like to call it, Jason Takes a Boat Ride, because that's a little more accurate. The scene where Jason literally punches the kid's head off, I mean, that in itself is not very impressive, but the fact that it bounces off the roof, lands in the dumpster, and the lid shuts is fucking phenomenal. They did Jason Goes to Hell, which has possibly the best special effects of any of the movies they've done yet. Also, I think is probably the best written one as well. And the best death scene in that one has to be the scene where the girl gets a tent peg through her stomach and gets ripped in half. That's priceless. Then let's talk about the really, really awful Jason X. Big piece of shit. The only cool death scene in that whole movie is the scene where Jason grabs the girl by the head, puts her in the liquid nitrogen, and smashes her face on the counter. That's it. The rest of it's fucking stupid. And of course, the memorable Freddy vs. Jason. I have to say the best Jason death scene in that movie is the beginning when he's killing the guy in the bed, and then he just snaps it shut. That's classy, very classy. And last but not least in this little tribute is the not-so-great remake of Friday the 13th. Granted, it's not that good. It's better than Jason X, we'll give it that. I mean, I have to give them credit for the fact that they make Jason a little more calculating than just, running around and fucking killing people head on. So the death scene that I like the best in that movie is the scene where he grabs a girl up in the sleeping bag and puts her over the fire and lures the guy out, and the guy gets freaking killed. That's the best scene because it's not like your typical, oh, he has a machete, kill you. There was a little more thought put into it, so that's what I like about that one. And that concludes this little homage to Friday the 13th. I hope you enjoyed it. So check out the movies. They're all out on DVD. And go see the sequel to the remake when it comes out this summer. And try not to be too harsh a judge. This is Nick from Microshock.com, signing off.
On the internet, nothing to do. Germans eating shit isn't for you. Alone in the night, no day in sight. Cause flaming news is all you like. So you come and visit Microshock. We shit on all the things you like. Get mad, cry, great thing in the night. Rant and shit on other websites. Fuck you, Jimmy, you know I'm